Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Freecoiner coming back to you again today. I hope everybody's doing well and you are taking care of yourselves. Now, before I get started, of course, I want to say that I'm not a financial analyst. I am simply sharing my thoughts and opinions, so please don't take anything I say as financial advice. Now, obviously, I always like to just take a look at the market, see what's happening here. Bitcoin's bouncing around. XRP, really the only two that I really track for the most part. They're just kind of doing their thing as usual. Nothing really to speak of, not a whole lot of news coming out today so far. However, we did get one bit of news that I will be going over here in just a second. But before I go there, the BitTrue upgrade is obviously still going on. Now here they say one change that they are making when they come back live is that it said that one change we will now put 100% up from 70% of PowerPiggy user assets into our cold wallet, so hackers are physically unable to get to the PowerPiggy funds. Also, they are enabling, or they are saying they're revealing BitTrue Vault service, which will also be a cold wallet as well, so your funds are protected. Now, yeah, so depending on how you look at this hack that supposedly happened and all that, and I mean, this is a good thing or maybe it doesn't even matter. But either way, this is what they're saying. Now, to go to their Twitter page, one thing that is a good sign, there were some people who were concerned, and even myself was concerned about a possible exit scam like BitSane. Now, I do have to admit, I don't think that's going to happen. They have been too present. They've been very, very present. I mean, they're still tweeting up to 2 hours ago. So I don't think that is actually going to happen. But we'll just have to wait and see how everything turns out. I think probably by the end of the day, our day here in the U.S., we could hopefully have something back. I mean, or have access to the. Let's see if they're actually live. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this. Nope, still same status. So yeah, we'll just have to be patient and wait and see. Okay, so here Miss Delatine says we are not replacing Swift. All right, to start off, Ripple and Swift are not competitors, but can be very complementary, according to Ripple's head of global banking, Marjan Delatine. Now, I mean, when I see they can be very complimentary, yeah, I mean, I don't think that Ripple is necessarily going after Swift, as a company, I guess. They are going after their customers. Now, how that's going to work out, hey, that to me, that's kind of competitors. But if you consider the fact that Swift and R3 had entered into a proof of concept back in January, well, this statement could actually mean something else. Hard to say. We'll know. I mean, time always tells. We'll find out at some point, right? She also says we are two different things. We are not replacing Swift, as Swift has its own value. She answered, adding that banks could take advantage of both. So essentially, they're putting this as there are options. Banks have options. They can either use XRP or they can use, or rather xRapid, or they can use Swift, or even xCurrent. But if we move on down here, she says, okay, 1 second, where is it? Yeah. Ripple made xRapid commercially available in October. According to Delatine, the product is now used by more than 20 financial institutions. This is compared to the approximately 200 users of its first product, xCurrent. While xCurrent is also based on blockchain technology, it is, like Swift, a payment messaging system only that can use multi-hop. So that is something that I guess she didn't necessarily want to mention, or felt like she didn't need to, but either way, that is a definite fact. Okay, so she also says we are obviously in an education phase. When talking with banks, we still have to ensure that they understand that using this product is not around keeping XRP on their balance sheets. That's very important for the banks to understand, because they would otherwise have to report that to the regulators. She said, emphasizing that financial institutions do not hold XRP but only use it as a bridge currency. So the exchanges would be the liquidity providers. I was thinking that they might hold it in maybe a third-party way, but maybe not. I mean, who knows? Banks have to do what they have to do due to the regulators or regulations that they have to abide by. But I mean, guys, like I always say, there's so much that we don't get to see. We are just speculators in this whole game, and that's all we are. Like I've mentioned before, I have maybe some insight from people that supposedly have kind of insider knowledge. But to this point, I haven't seen anything come to fruition for the most part. There are a couple things, but nothing significant. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. We have to remember that, guys, the whole world is in flux right now. The economies are in flux. All the stock markets are, everything is just, it's nothing like it was just a few years ago. So, and it's just gotten worse. And that's the reason why we know that something is coming to basically change this over. I mean, that's one thing that is kind of a constant as it relates to the information that I see. Everyone kind of sees that there is a need for, just a do-over or a restart or a reset. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And yeah, so there's just tons of information out there. There's tons of things going on. I don't want to go into it, but guys, if you just do a little bit of research, look what's happening in the world, and you'll see what I'm saying. Also, it looks like we have some officials in Europe that are either they're throwing FUD out there to slow down the adoption, or they're really being serious about cracking down and making it illegal, or rather, maybe not illegal, but cracking down on companies actually selling certain offerings to retail investors. It's just same thing that's been happening over the past few months. You get this good news, and then you have this FUD that comes out. So, guys, as I always say, just always be ready for the next big shakeup. I mean, we could be looking for something that will definitely shake the XRP community. So just be ready. Always be ready for that. I'm trying to prepare myself for it, because I tell you, it is getting frustrating. But at the same time, I do believe, and believe me, I have not gone back on my thought that at the end of summer it is very possible we could be sitting at between $20 and $25. I think it's possible. Now, the probability of it, I don't know. We have no context really. We have SBI going live. We don't know how that's going to affect things. The whole situation backed. We have some other things that have come into usage or gone live, but hasn't really done anything for the market. So, what's going to stimulate the market? Who knows? What's going to stimulate XRP? Don't know. Is it being manipulated? Very likely. But we'll just have to be patient and just watch. Someone also tweeted and said that, or rather asked, if we messed up by buying XRP, or if anybody else thought that. Now, personally, I think that's what we're meant to think. But if you really kind of look around, and now as prey, I look at the retail market, or us retail investors, we're the prey. Okay, we are how these one percenters, these powers that be, as they can be called as well. We're the ones that they get rich off of. Otherwise, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be in the positions that they are in. Okay. So essentially, we are the prey. Now, being prey, we always have to make sure that we have a good view of our environment, our surroundings. So when you're presented with something, you really can't just focus on what's being said or what's being done at that point. You got to kind of look around, take in the big picture. And I'm saying that because this is about more than just the financial industry. Okay, it's about everything that's going on in the world right now. So don't get too focused on just what XRP is doing. You know, obviously there are reasons behind it, but when you, if you take notice of what's happening in the world, we might be able to get an idea of what's about to happen and possibly even when. Just got to really keep the whole environment in view. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope everybody, like I said, is doing well and you're having a great day. If you have found this video interesting or entertaining and informative, please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. That's very, very important. And also the post notification button if you haven't done so. Until next time, this has been Mr. Free Coiner. Take care of yourselves and God bless.